Day 46, Grand Enchantment Trail. It's another difficult day getting up. So yesterday I missed the thunderstorms, which was great. But as soon as I was heading down to the spring, I felt like, some drops. So I just, popped up my tent real quick and then put everything inside, headed down to the spring, and all of a sudden the rain started. So I got wet. My tent wasn't fully set up. I just, threw the fly on top. It didn't stake anything out. So when I came back, I staked everything out. My tent got a little wet, but then just the rain came down for like an hour, at least an hour or two. So now everything is damp again after I was able to dry it. So, and I'm above 9,000 feet, so it's cold and the winds have picked up. So, not really motivating getting out of bed right now. It's kind of like tucked inside my sleeping bag, and everything outside my sleeping bag is cold and damp. Alright, heading out down the trail, and may I add, brr, it is cold. Oh, it's a little damp on the ground, obviously, because of the storm last night. There's also a wind blowing over the ridge, and it actually did dry my tent from the storm, but it's so cold it felt like it was wet when I woke up. So heading out over the crest, should be beautiful, just waiting for it to warm up. Walking through a corridor of pines. I love this. I love just being surrounded by the trees like this on both sides, and you can see the sun up there. Sun hasn't quite reached this section yet, but I know I'm going to be losing these pines at some point today, so I wanted to document this. And even though last night's rains are making my feet a little uncomfortable because all the grasses and everything still have dew on them, my feet are wet, it's making everything smell so good. Looking out to the northwest, I guess. Probably hear the wind coming over the ridge. Such a different landscape down there than what I'm walking through up here. These mountains are kind of little islands amidst the desert. And that's looking northeast-ish. Everything's kind of hazy today. Probably from the lingering moisture from last night. Oh my god, I just scared a bear. Scared a bear. See this tree right here? He was hanging out. Neither of us saw each other, and he just bolted back there. Okay. It was a black bear. It was a nice fluffy black bear. Okay. So I've been seeing bear tracks. I was kind of disappointed the other day I hadn't seen a bear. That was a little close to see a bear. Luckily, again, the bears in this area have a healthy fear of people. So I am terrifying to him as well. He just startled me. Okay, I wish I got him on video, but that was a very close bear. Mountain views. I mean, it's through a burned area, which is why we have the views, but still, mountain views. More mountain views. I think that's Manzano Peak, so this is kind of looking back at the direction I came, and then to the east or northeast or whatever this is. And descending down to more mountain views. Got some desert over here. The mountains are right here. It looks pretty accessible through these trees. I don't know if it comes out on video, but there's actually a road, so you can drive up here. And I'm guessing that this in the middle, straight back here, is the end. So I should only have one more mountain range to go to. I was hoping it was a little closer to this one, but that's a pretty big mountain range, and that's straight in front of me. So I think that's the Sandia. That's where I'm going to be ending. More mountain views, just looking down at the road area. It's going through that very beautiful forested valley. That's awesome. That's a pretty sight to see. I'm on the northern section of the Crest Trail. Did go through some burn areas. Now I'm back in the really nice pine forest with the quiet and the bird singing sort of stuff. But it looks like I am definitely starting the actual descent. So I think I just crossed 8,800 feet and I've got to go. I don't even know how far down, but I've got to go down, and it's going to take a long time, but enjoying these pines while I can. So I found a sitting rock to actually look at my maps. This trail is such a tease because I'm going down. I'm going down to about 8,000 feet to Comanche Pass, and then I go right back up to 9,000 feet. Further down, my actual descent starts maybe about 9 miles from now. Oh my god, I took a chance on this one. So this is a spring, and there isn't really a trail down to here. There's like a cairn on the side, and you kind of have to know it's here. It is signed, and it is a piped spring, and I'm so glad I came here. I wanted a little extra water because it does feel like it's going to be hot today. Look at this water. You don't even need to get it from the trough, but it's clear from the trough. You can just get it from the pipe. I'm so glad I came down here. Okay, so coming across Comanche Pass, I thought there would be views, because coming down you got views to the east here, and then views to the west here, but it's kind of wooded down at the pass itself, so I'll see if I get better views as I go up. Good thing I have plenty of water for all of that up coming up. Okay, up higher now, looking down at Comanche Pass. So this is the view to the east, and then this is the view to the west. You can see there's still some thunderstorms. Let me move down a little bit more because there's a bigger one over here. Today is supposed to be the last day of these, and they're supposed to be stray thunderstorms. So the radar doesn't predict anything for these mountains. So, I mean, that is just a prediction. So hopefully it'll be like yesterday, where I avoided them, and then, you know, it did rain at night, but at night you can be sheltered. So unfortunately, this side of the mountain range seems to just have these little overgrown trees, and they are incredibly annoying. Especially because out here it looks fine, but back here got that, and the wind is kind of blowing this way, maybe. So I'd really like to get back to my pines. Okay, so I'm supposed to be heading to the top of this ridge here. It's kind of sprinkling, and basically it follows the ridge around and goes down there. So I've got a rock kind of slightly down from it, and I'm gonna see what happens because I have been hearing rumbling in the distance. So I'm gonna sit here, put my rain gear on, and maybe see if I can wait for this pass. Okay, so I checked the radar, and now it's saying that there's going to be rain hitting here like in an hour. I am hearing thunder right now behind me. But from the real-time radar, there are some angry red spots kind of moving east, kind of in my direction. I'm in a really bad spot right now because I am pretty high on the ridge, but I'm not on top of the ridge where I was headed. So I don't know if I can set up my tent here. It might be a tent fly kind of day, and hope that the hail isn't too hard. Hopefully it'll just die out or pass over. Oh boy. And there was lightning on the ridge. Well, there's thunder, but I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, check the radar again. It looks like the really nasty stuff is potentially moving north, which is where I'm hearing it from. I am getting a little splatter of rain right now, but that's just rain. It's really the thunder and lightning that worries me. But, I mean, if the danger has passed, I think I will tackle that ridge. Ridgeline! Got clear skies over here, with the exception of that one little rain spot there. And then this stuff over here already moved past. It's also lost a lot of its oomph too. Not hearing any thunder anymore from it. It was having rain that made the ground look white. I'm assuming that was that red spot on the radar. And it's kind of calmed down too. So one of the things that convinced me to get moving was not only the radar and watching what I saw, but then the birds came out. Birds and little chipmunks came out and started making noise, and they had been quiet, so figured it'd be okay to go over the ridge. And then there are these airplanes. I know closer to Albuquerque, the more air traffic we get, but they sound like distant thunder, so I've been looking around a lot. That's an airplane, though. Just looking back here, when you're not in imminent danger for lightning, which did strike this ridge, I've been looking for the scorch marks, but I haven't found them. This is actually very beautiful. Very beautiful setting. There are those nice open spaces, and they are cairned, so it's not too hard to find your way. Okay, starting my descent of the mountains for real this time. I should be hitting either 4th of July Spring or 4th of July Campground, and then I believe the Albuquerque trailhead beyond that is the last of it. Sandia Mountains. That's my final stop. That's much closer. Down in elevation now. Look at all of this beautiful forest down there. That's lovely. Even further down in elevation now, you can see the scenery has changed quite a bit. Still have these beautiful pines though. Should be approaching 4th of July Spring and 4th of July Campground. I'm going to get water from one of them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stay at the campground. I'll have to see what time it is by the time I get down there. I have a big day tomorrow, so the further I can get today, the better. Alright, it's getting close to sunset and I am hungry. This is 4th of July Campground. Not sure if I'm going to stay here or not. If I can find a quiet spot away from people. I already see there's one car here. Then I'll do that. Otherwise I will push on. Yeah, so I'm going to move on. There were just 2 sets of car campers there. One was putting up like a little tarp as a shelter. The other ones had the big tent, they had the fire going, they had the dog, they were talking. So I'm gonna try my luck. I'm probably gonna hike to at least the Albuquerque trailhead and just try my luck finding a spot somewhere. Tomorrow is gonna be tough. Tomorrow is gonna be a big day. Where I am right now, I'm about maybe a little less than 5 miles away from a 27-mile section of road walk where there's no camping with the exception of maybe like this little parcel of state land. So the closer I can get myself to that, the better. No matter where I end up today, tomorrow is going to be a big mile day.